Hello, everybody. Welcome back on this really rainy day in Chicago to the Duo's Corner. I am DJ and I'm touching base with some more wrestling. I know you guys are getting a lot of wrestling, but wrestling is kind of interesting right now, especially with the Cena thing. Now, I dropped a video explaining what I thought about the promo, and still, my opinion's the same. I don't feel that it was bad. I don't feel it was good. I felt like it was expected for what he said, even though I felt like it was 10 years too late. That's okay. But I've been hearing and seeing comparisons to when Hogan turned heel, and it's not the same. This is totally different. I was alive to see that happen, just like obviously I was alive to see Cena happen. The difference with Hogan's heel turn was you didn't think it was going to happen. If you base the politics of how Hulk Hogan is behind the scenes, he was very afraid and not for turning heel. Cena wanted to do this. Cena been wanting to turn heel. We can kind of see it. But Hogan didn't really give you that. So when Hogan went to the NWO, when he turned and dropped the leg on Macho Man, ooh yeah, it was devastating. The crowd was pissed. The crowd was emotional. It was powerful. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like when Cena kicked Cody in the fellas and proceeded to put the beat down on him, the promo that he cut on Monday, he should have cut it right after that. If he would have cut that promo right after he beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes, it would have been impactful because, again, the beautiful part about Hogan's heel turn is the crowd was still at a fever pitch of emotion. They were shocked. They couldn't believe it. He beat up Macho Man, threw Sting out the ring, Lex Luger, the crowd was incredulous. Then he takes the mic and I did it for the money, brother, and you blah, 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 blah. So it was like the crowd was just, they couldn't reset. They couldn't digest it. They was like, what the fuck is going on? But Cena, on the other hand, he did that to Cody, and then it was like a 2-week cool-off period. So you kind of was able to kind of let it settle. Eric Bischoff or the producers, whoever say, you know what, right after you turn heel, give Hogan a live mic and have him cut a promo, was ingenious because you had the crowd, and the crowd was already emotional. They were already fixated on it. They're pissed, and now emotions are just going crazy. Yes, when Cena turned heel was an initial shock. We didn't think that, and he beat the hell out of him, and the crowd was just like, what the fuck? And then, like you said, I know he came back in, he did the post conference and just walked out, so you're still like, what the fuck? But I felt like if he cut that same promo he cut Monday, after he did the beatdown in the ring, that heel turn would have been solidified. But now let's kind of jump into that promo. Now, Cena said something very interesting to me. He said, of course, I'm not a babyface. I'm not a heel. I'm a human being. So my problem with this thus far is Cena didn't need The Rock to solidify the heel turn or even to do what he did. Cena could have did that all by himself. That's the interesting part of The Rock. And the fact that he came out, he didn't mention The Rock. He didn't mention about the quest for 17. He didn't mention about any of that. He was just kind of just saying like, hey, I'm just sick of y'all. Y'all treated me like shit. Fuck y'all. That's pretty much what he said. But how Cena articulated his words, everything he said, he's not lying. Nothing's wrong. There's no receipts. You might not like how he's talking because he's finally talking up for himself, but everything he had was receipts. Like Bully Ray made a good point when it was like, oh, the crowd was kind of exasperated towards the end of the promo. No, they wasn't. The show just came on. This is the first time Raw was over there, so the crowd was lit. But like Bully Ray said, the crowd was just listening. They were infatuated, like, oh shit, he's right. So it's like, he's not a heel. You know what I'm saying? And technically, he's kind of a babyface because us, the fans, are the heel because we're the ones that turned on him and pushed him to the limit. This is very reminiscent to Chris Jericho's heel turn in '08, I believe, when he threw Shawn Michaels through the Jeritron after Shawn kind of cheated to beat Batista, and he just called him out on it, but the crowd was like, no, we like Shawn. It's okay, he cheated. And Jericho was like, no, motherfucker, he cheated, and you guys let it happen. If I would have did it, you would have went boo. So this type of heel tweeter or whatever they want to call it is interesting, but my fear is the end game, in my opinion, Cody has to turn heel at WrestleMania. It has to be turned that he did take The Rock's deal. Because I don't see Cena getting booed, especially when we go back to the States. Now, Cena's going to be overseas for the next couple of weeks, because they're promoting overseas. But the States, I'm kind of nervous. And this is me just thinking, I'm nervous for Cody. Because when Cena get on the mic and start cutting his ass up, Cody can't hang on the mic. Cody can do his shit in the ring 100%. But I don't see the mic. And I think that's where the fans might actually start cheering Cena and Cody might get booed. Now, it'll make sense if Cody takes the deal and then ends up going with The Rock and we get a heel Cody, and then you can have a true babyface Cena that the crowd has finally said, hey, we were wrong, our bad, we're with you, to really truly have a good babyface run to chase number 17. I think that really should be the end game. Because again, the crowd towards the end, it was one shot of a kid. It looked like he just lost his fucking first girlfriend. He was like, fuck. Yeah, we booed him. We made fun of him. We can't see him. And, there was one, I think what I was saying, the 2014, when he was feuding with Kane. And, he was like, rise above the hate. And the crowd was just like, we all hate you. I mean, it was awful things. We fucked with him as fans. We did. And he just basically just vented. Like, he just reached his breaking point. He's like, you guys are terrible. And everything he said, like, the crowd was just listening because it was right. And I'm like, this is great. Because at first, again, that's why I said, I still wanted more. I really wanted him to get into the fact of how many people he had to put over. And they say I bury people, but I put over Austin Theory and look at what the fuck he's doing. He's getting beaten like 10 seconds now. What did that do? I put over Solo. He's not even showcased on TV. Like, I still want him to kind of get into like all the facets that he tried to do to make the fans like him and see that he's a team player. He can say, I haven't won a fucking match in like 3 years trying to show you that I'm able to put people over and it's not about me, and you still booed me. Now, yes, granted, yeah, the last 5 so years we embraced Cena, but that's still there. And the fact that he even like expressed that was absolutely beautiful. But I feel like they have to quickly make sure they right the ship on this, because if they do not, guys, I'm telling you, Cody's going to get booed. I wouldn't be surprised if when Cena comes out, it might be cheers and Cody might start getting some boos. Because when they turn Cena loose on the mic, I don't think Cody can keep up. And that's the crazy part. And Cody's supposed to be the babyface. This doesn't make sense if it stays a one-on-one and Cody doesn't turn heel. This makes no sense, because a heel Cena doesn't make sense right now, because he shouldn't be a heel. The promo he cut, it wasn't a typical you people. It was like, no, motherfuckers, you broke me. I tried to do this, that, and the other. I remember here WrestleMania 22 in Chicago. Triple H was the most dastardly fucking heel, and we booed Cena out the building. I could raise my hand. I was there. Booed him out the building to the point, I don't know if it was after that or Raw, he came out and said, bro, I'm trying to do the best, and y'all just booing me. What the fuck? I'm like the good guy. He the bad guy. He's actually cut a promo about this. Like, hey, what the fuck? So it's crazy, man. It's really crazy. It's interesting. But it's a slippery slope because if you keep Cody face trying to go against this Cena, I think you're gonna get a problem. And I think he's gonna get booed. The crowd will turn on Cody. So I hope that the inner workings is Cody will turn heel and take The Rock's deal. And then I think you will still have a better story with a heel Cody Rhodes teaming with The Rock, and they're building their super group, which I'm gonna talk about very, very soon. The super group, and John Cena and a couple other strong baby faces will try to chase him, and I think it should ultimately grow to Cena winning number 17, like right before his end date, and come out on Raw and have a nice ceremony, retire the tire, and he can retire on top. That was just something I was just brainstorming and thinking about. But that's my concern. Like I said, I just want to throw a little quick tidbit just to throw it out here, just to say, like, after processing it, after watching the promo a couple more times and seeing where they could be potentially going, just my thoughts. Always stay safe, stay warm. Like I say, it's a rainy ass day here in Chicago. It's cold. Right now, you have winter and spring in a custody battle of us. So hopefully spring wins. Peace out. Catch you in the next one.